Okay, today we're going to work on some back body strengthening because I learned recently that most of the muscles on our back side of the body are the ones that are responsible for good balance. The core is important, especially the back side of the body. So we're going to do a little focus on that, and we're going to do a couple of sun salutations. And because we're talking about balance and being off balance this week and just accepting it, we'll do some one-legged balances. So you might want to have a chair handy. I'm going to offer sun salutations with a chair. Might give you an opportunity to change your attitude about how you think about working with a chair. It can be pretty challenging. So we'll start seated. You want to have a block handy, maybe a blanket, pad your knees or your head. And we'll get going. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. If not, just gaze down in front of your feet and look at and listen to my voice. Maybe take your shoulders up, back, and down. And then start to focus on your inhale and your exhale. In through the nose and out through the nose. So perhaps it's your balance you want to focus on. Set that as your intention. Perhaps there's some attitude or quality you'd like to cultivate during our practice. You could set that as your intention. Or you could even make this a moving dedication to someone in your life, maybe even someone who challenges you or frustrates you. On your next inhale, maybe float your eyes open, get taller, 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 and then exhale, twist gently to one side. And come back to center. Inhale, get tall, and exhale, twist to the other side. And again, inhale, get tall, exhale, twist, maybe drop your chin toward your chest, and then maybe gently gaze up. And then look further over your back shoulder. And then look over your front shoulder. And come on back to center. And then inhale, get tall again. Exhaling, twist to the other side. Gently drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, maybe raise your gaze. Come on back to neutral, then look over your back shoulder. And then switch and look over your front shoulder. And come on back to center again. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. As you exhale, you're going to hollow out. I'll turn sideways so you can see me, that cat shape. And then take your ribs to one side. And then as you inhale, come forward, that gentle arch, like cow, shoulder blades slide down the back. And then as you exhale, go to the other side. Pull your low belly in, back, around to the back. So maybe we'll speed that up a little bit more. Inhaling around to the side and front. And then exhale, other side, hollow out. One more time, inhaling side and front. Other side, exhale, hollow out. Stay here, maybe take your chin from side to side. And then we'll switch directions. So inhale to one side and then forward. And then start to exhale, other side, hollow out. Inhaling. Forward. Second side, hollow out. One more time. Inhaling. Forward. Other side, hollow out. And then inhale. Gently arch again. Lift your chest. Maybe drop your chin. Keep your upper back nice and arched. Look from side to side. And come on back to center. Good. Then we'll swing our feet around so we can come onto all fours. So we're going to do bird dog legs and knee into the chest. So take one leg out behind you. Exhale, knee into the chest. You can hollow out if you like. Inhale, leg out. So we're starting to feel those core muscles in the back side of the body. Exhale, pull in. One more time. Inhale, heel out. Exhale, pull in. Before you put this knee down, take the foot out, curl your toes under you. Get a nice little calf stretch there. So the calf muscles are actually a very important part of being able to balance. Pull your low belly in. Put that knee down. Right away we'll go to the other side. So inhale the other leg out. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, heel out. Exhale, knee in. One more time. Inhale, heel out. Exhale, knee in. And stretch those toes. Stretch that calf. And come on back. And then just look over one shoulder. Take your hips to the opposite side. Then go over the other shoulder. Take your hips to the opposite side. So do that 2 more times with your breath. Being safe for your body. Nice. Come on back to center. We're just do a brief puppy dog pose. So walk your hands way far forward. Keep your elbows lifting. And exhale. Just gently drop your forehead toward the mat. Hips are still pretty much over the knees. Just getting a stretch in that upper back. Couple breaths here. Then on an inhale, gently lift your head. Keep your elbows lifted. Pull your low belly in. And bring your hands back under your shoulders. And then walk them a little bit forward so that when you inhale, you get long. There's one long line from your knee out through the crown of your head. Hold the low belly in. Maybe it would be okay with your spine to gently drop your pelvis. Keep that space between your shoulders and your ears long. You could rock from side to side a little bit, so like a little modified up dog here. Exhaling. Pull your low belly in again. Find that modified plank. And then chest and chin to the mat. Nice. And make a pillow for your head with your hands. So first we'll work the upper back muscles. So the neck extensors and the upper back extensors. All right, so take both arms forward. Keep your forehead on the mat. Inhale, just lift one hand. Arms straight. And exhale, put it down. And then inhale, lift the other. And exhale, put it down. And then inhale, lift both. Forehead still on the mat. And exhale, put them down. Good, so keep the hands where they are. Lengthen your spine, maybe tuck your tailbone a little bit, push your feet into the mat. Draw the back of your neck up like a swan and then just gaze forward. So our neck extensor muscles working. And then same thing, tuck your chin like you're being a swan. And exhale, forehead back to the mat. We're going to do 2 more times. Keep the lower back nice and long. Inhale, draw the back of the neck up like a swan. And gaze forward. Then chin to the chest, lengthen the back of the neck again. And exhale, forehead down. So one more time. Back of the neck up. Then gaze forward. So it makes sense that we're working the back side of the body for posture. So we're avoiding that rounded curve that comes with age. Back of the neck long again. And forehead down. Maybe rock your hips from side to side a little bit. And then take your arms out to the side, goalpost cactus arms. And on an inhale, we're going to raise our shoulders, gaze at the mat, and lift the forearms. Take a couple of breaths. So starting to get a little further down on those extensor muscles on the back. One more breath. And exhaling, gently release. Keep your arms where they are. Inhale, just lengthen one leg, lift it up. And exhale, put it down. So hamstrings and glute maximus also important. Keep your thigh bones rotating inward. We're mostly using our hamstrings. If you rotate outward, you'll start to feel your glutes take over. So other leg up, nice and straight, and exhale, put it down. And squeeze your inner thighs together. And then inhale, both legs up. They may only come up 1/4 of an inch, that's okay. Forehead can stay on the mat. Stay here for a breath or two. And then exhale, relax the legs down, rock your hips from side to side. So one more back extensor. Inhaling, lift your heels, reach your fingertips toward your ankles. Take a couple of breaths here. There shouldn't be any pain in the low back. Think about trying to get your ankles to touch, inside of your knees to touch. And exhaling, gently release, make that pillow for your head with your hands. Bend your knees and take your feet from side to side. Relax the legs down, bring your hands under your shoulders. Pull your low belly in to lift. Back to all fours, and once again, just take your hips from side to side. I'm going to turn myself around, put my chair in place. So if you're using a chair, you want to be sure that all 4 legs are on a sticky surface. So I've got the back legs on my green mat. Right. Bring one foot forward, knee right over the ankle, safe way to get up from the ground, right? Lift the back knee. Coming to Tadasana, feet about 2 fist widths apart. So I'm just going to soften my knees, sit into my heels. Maybe get a little motion going. So even here, I think about tucking my tailbone a little bit. Then I'm going to bring my hands to my thighs. Take my arms forward. You'll feel those upper back muscles working. Maybe take your arms as high as you can. A couple of breaths here. The only front body muscle, this teacher said, that's really important in balance is your quads. So we're working those, right? They're called quads because there's 4 muscles there. And then inhaling, come on up to Tadasana. And exhale your hands to your heart. Maybe close your eyes, come back to that intention that you set. Take a breath. So we're going to do a couple of sun salutations. One is going to be the classical modified. With the summer solstice coming up, you might want to kind of get this in your brain and body so that you could do a bunch of repetitions. Traditionally, on the solstices, summer and winter, we do 108. We're only going to do a couple today, though. So come to the top of your mat. If you're using a chair, have your toes pretty close to the chair, almost tucked under. Inhaling, take your arms up. Exhaling, soften your knees and dive forward wherever it's safe for you. Then inhaling, make your spine nice and long. Crowd the head out long. Exhaling, I'm going to take my left leg way, way back in high lunge so that my right knee stays right over the ankle. So you have options here, right? Maybe this time you want to float the back knee down. Right? Or you could stay in full crescent lunge and keep holding the chair, or you could release And inhale, arms up. And exhaling, hands back to the chair. I'm going to bring my front leg to meet my back, so this is going to feel like the top of a push-up plank, right? Again, make sure that chair is on a mat, it's not going to slip out from under you. And then you can do your exhale, chaturanga. Go only as far as is safe for you. And then inhale, gently arching. So there's a way to do this on your knees too, right? From top of a push-up plank, you could float your knees down. Just being mindful of your knees, right? And then your arch would look like this. You might relax your feet, just letting your chest open up. All right, so whichever chaturanga and cobra you decided on, then everybody lift your hips up and come back to downward facing dog using the chair. And then you're going to take your left leg up in the air and bring it forward. Toes tucked right under there. So again, high lunge or low lunge. Hold on to the chair or inhale your arms up. Hands back to the chair. Curl your back toes under. Bring the back leg to meet the front. Inhaling right into a half forward fold. Crown of the head long. Exhaling, let your head hang. And then reverse your dive, fingertips up in the air. Exhale your hands to your heart. So one more time, do the other side, inhaling arms up. And exhaling, dive forward. Then lengthen your spine, crown of the head out long, just be sure you don't hit your head on your chair. And now the right leg's going way back in high lunge. So you could float the back knee down. You could stay holding onto your chair. Or you could try a full crescent lunge. Exhaling, hands back to the chair. And again, you have the opportunity to float your knees down. You can float your back knee down and come to both knees, or you can stay on your toes. So just like a regular sun salutation, right? And exhaling, chaturanga. Then inhaling some version of a back bend, cobra or up dog on your knees. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Lift that right leg up in the air. Bring it right back, toes tucked under the chair. High lunge, adjust your feet as you need. Float that back knee down. Keep your hands on the chair. Or take a full crescent lunge. Exhaling, hands back to the chair. Inhale all the way to half forward fold. Exhaling, pull your low belly in. Gently hang. Soften your knees and inhale, reverse your dive, fingertips up in the air. Exhaling, hands to your heart. I'm going to do a couple calf raises right here. Okay, so you can always hold on to the wall, or you could turn yourself around and hold on to the chair. Inhaling, lift your heels. And exhale, put them down. So one of the ways you can tell if you have strong calves is you don't need to tilt forward to try to get your heels up or bend your knees. So you want to stay right in that long Tadasana. Inhaling, lift your heels. If you feel the need to bend your knees or fold forward, you need to work on strengthening your calves. So one more. Inhaling, heels up. Second strongest muscle in the body next to the jaw, those calf muscles. And exhale down. Nice. So then let's explore, having activated all those backside of the body muscles, how our tree pose goes. So you shift your weight into your right leg, lift your left knee, find the wall or the chair if it's helpful. Maybe you want to take your heel up. Maybe today we take cactus arms. Maybe use your drishti, your focal point, something that's not moving, but maybe we want to challenge ourselves by getting a little motion going with our arms. Reach your arms out and then exhale, pull your elbows in towards your waist, using those back muscles. One more time, inhaling, arms out. Exhaling, elbows in. And then take up as much space as you can in your tree pose. And come back to Tadasana. And we'll try the other side. So remember, every day is different, particularly with our balance. So however it went for you, just know it's not permanent. Not a permanent condition. We can improve our balance, and some days it will simply be more challenging. Maybe you want to try that motion again. Uh-oh, don't watch me. Exhaling, draw your elbows in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw your elbows in. Inhale, get long. Take up lots and lots of space. One more breath. And exhaling, gently release. And walk it out. Good job. Okay, so we're going to do one more set of sun salutations. And then bring ourselves down to the mat. So inhaling, arms up. This one we're going to put an extended side angle in. Exhaling, swan dive forward. Let your head hang. Then inhale halfway up. Exhale, take your left leg way back in high lunge. Set up your feet, heel to arch alignment. And then open up your chest to the long side of your mat. And then take your top arm right up by your ear. You might want to play around with that calf strength, lifting the heel of your front leg. Feel that in the hip too, right? It's kind of like putting your foot on a block. Exhaling, release the heel back down. Come to your high lunge. Maybe you want to inhale, crescent. Exhaling, hands back to the chair. Float that back knee down or stay on your toes. Top of your push-up plank. Exhaling, chaturanga. Gentle back bend. And downward facing dog. And take that left leg up in the air. Pull the knee in. Find your low or high crescent lunge on the other side. Hands to the mat, all the way to half forward fold. Front of the head reaching out long. Exhaling, soften the knees, let your head hang. Reverse your dive, fingertips up in the air. And exhaling, hands to the heart. So using the chair is a great thing to do if you're traveling. Inhaling, arms up. And you don't have a place to put out a mat. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, get long. Just make sure it's on a non-skid surface. Right leg back this time. Find your crescent. Low lunge, high lunge, or hold the chair. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm going to turn that heel down and inward for extended side angle on this side. So open up your chest. Reach the crown of the head out long. Arm over the head, and maybe you play around with lifting the heel of that bottom leg. Get those calf muscles working. And then releasing. Find the top of your push-up plank. Exhale your chaturanga. Inhaling, gentle back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. And right leg up in the air. Pull it in. Toes right under the chair. Maybe you take your last crescent lunge on this side. Just keep moving with your breath. Hands to the chair. Then inhale. Half forward fold. Exhaling, hang. Reverse your dive. Fingertips up in the air. And exhale your hands to your heart. Take a breath. And soften your knees. We're going to come back to that chair pose. So wiggle your toes. Sit into your heels. You can always sit down in a chair. Right? Working those quads. Reach your arms forward. And then raise them as much as you can. Nice. And then hands to the chair. One leg way back, just so we can bring ourselves down to the mat. Right. And then come to seated. I'm going to move my chair out of the way a little bit. Right. And come onto our backs. great practice to cultivate the strength we need to balance. Go ahead and keep your knees bent for a moment. And take your feet out wide, arms out to the side, and windshield wipe your knees a couple times. Pull your low belly in, draw your knees into your chest. Go ahead and rock yourself from side to side. Then release your feet down and decide where you want to take your Shavasana just briefly. Maybe you stretch out completely. Feel all those backside of the muscles completely supported by the earth underneath you. Feel those thigh muscles melting off the bones. Recall your intention. Let it go. One deep inhale, one deep exhale, maybe sigh it out your mouth. When you're ready, gently draw your knees into your chest or get moving however feels right to you, maybe a little rocking from side to side. So eventually rolling to one side so that you can safely push yourself up to seated, any seated position. So we're doing an abbreviated loving kindness meditation this morning. So it's easy to wish that those that you love and are close to you well. Probably the hardest part is ourselves and those people that challenge us, so we'll focus on that. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And say to yourself, and really mean it, may I feel loved. May I feel peaceful. May I be happy. May I be free. Sit with that for a moment. And then think of somebody who challenges you. And repeat. Use their name in your mind. May they feel loved. May they be peaceful. May they be happy. May they be free. On an inhale, bring your hands to your heart center. May all people everywhere feel loved and be peaceful and happy and free. And may we aid in their happiness with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Thanks for practicing with me. Remember that the greatest discovery in the world is that a person can change their future by merely changing their attitude. That's Oprah. Spirit in me honors spirit in you. Namaste.